Ashwini, welcome to CKA Cert Hands-On channel. The purpose of my channel is to get people who want to give CKA 2025 exam get started on their hands-on practicing journey once they finish the formal course of CKA and have a basic understanding of Kubernetes concepts. This creates the depth in your understanding of each concept and helps you crack CKA exam. CKA exam consists of questions from 5 different categories. We are currently in troubleshooting category that has 30% weightage in CKA exam. I have a playlist for each category of CKA exam. Please do check out my playlist for networking and storage categories that carries 20% and 10% weightage. The links for the playlists are provided in every video. With that introduction, let's get started with today's video. This is the 9th video in troubleshooting series. Let's start. Let's set the context. So let's try to understand the question. Nginx pod exposed to service Nginx service when port forwarded Nginx service 8080 to 80 to localhost 8080, it is stuck, so unable to access application curl HTTP localhost on port 8080. Fix this issue. Okay, so we will first try to get pods. It is running, so the port doesn't have any issue. Describe port. It's running. Everything looks fine. What I'm interested here is which port is that container running on. It seems to be running on 80, and that should be an Nginx image. So a simple website that's running on Nginx, and it's exposed on port 80. That's fine. Now that is the container port, the pod port. Now we have a service. We are exposing it using a service called Nginx service. Let's describe the service. So it looks like it's a cluster IP. It is also created, and it is also running on port 80, which is fine. It's the port for the service is 80 and the target port is 80. So, and it is targeting the pod, which pod that has labels app equal to Nginx pod. Now we'll try to port forward it and see if so nothing is happening. It is stuck as it said, so it's not able to. There's probably nothing that is listening on port 80. The service might not be reaching back to any of the ports. There should be some problem. In general, if you do a port forward, you will see some port forwarding commands that it is listening on these particular ports, but we don't get any of those things, and we'll just exit that. So there's no point doing curl as well because there's nothing happening here. We'll try to understand it again. So we'll go backwards. The service seems to be looking on port 80, and it is targeting the ports app equal to Nginx port. Let's try to describe the pod again, because we have already checked that it is running on port 80. So the next thing we need to check on that is the labels. Okay, so you can see here it doesn't have any labels, so that is a problem. We need to fix that. So what I'm going to do is kubectl get pod Nginx pod minus YAML, write to a temporary file and add the label there. So the labels section is generally under metadata, so I'm going to add it here. So I have a typo here. That's one of the reasons why you should not type, but you should just copy and paste so that you don't end up with any typos. Okay, and we will delete the existing pod. And we will create the new pod. Now let's try to describe the pod again so that we see that the label is there. So it has a label now, it's app equal to nginx pod, and now the port is also there. Now if you describe the service, it is still pointing to the old IPs. I will show you the new IP and everything, so we might have to delete the service and recreate it. If you do kubectl get pods minus override, the new pod IP is 192.168.1.5. So the service does not get automatically updated to the new IP, so we might have to create it by deleting the old servers. You can see that the endpoint, oh, it is actually listening to the same, then it should work. Let's just try to, well, we'll just leave it as it is, and then let's try to, oh, okay, I was wrong. So it is listening, it is now pointing to the pod, and listening, and the endpoint is the pod's endpoint, and now it is forwarding from localhost 8080 to 80, and that should be the pod. Now let's try to open another tab, and let's do a curl. Okay, so that works now. This is how you troubleshoot issues with pods, services, and ports and port forwarding. If you think my videos are helpful, please do subscribe to my channel. I will be publishing more KillerCoda lab videos for each category of CKA exam. I will be providing the KillerCoda link and the relevant documentation and each playlist link in all of my videos. So please check out all the playlists. I have got playlists for networking, storage, and troubleshooting. So far now, I will be uploading new videos on the latest updates of CKA as well. So please do subscribe. Do not forget to like and share my videos. I will see you in the next video. Bye.